powerful message for the future.
What is good for the wind industry is good for America.
The promise of wind power hitting ambitious targets by 2050.
We will be providing over $1 billion a year in land lease payments to farmers and ranchers throughout this country.
And making America even more beautiful. I'm Ed Highland for WINDPOWER TV. Remarks during the opening general session inspired and re-energized attendees. And AWEA CEO Tom Kiernan told us about the association's plans to enhance member value for years to come.
The needs for the industry to grow and meet consumer needs around the country are going to require our members to get more involved. So we need to grow the membership at AWEA. We want people to be members, and we want them to be more active. So we're going to have them joining our email list, lobbying Congress with us, getting more involved, getting the word out, being Wind Vision ambassadors throughout the country.
Reflecting the national importance of wind energy, the U.S. Secretary of Energy, Dr. Ernest Moniz, touched on the great accomplishments in the industry thus far and how policy support is essential to keeping that momentum.
We live in a time where I believe very strongly, and I know the administration and the President believes, that we need to, I said it many times, accelerate the pace of deployment of low-carbon technologies, and that's where policy comes in to shape this.
The Secretary also got a briefing on new technology on the exhibit floor from industry professionals. Also, during the opening general session, a panel of representatives from leading wind energy companies discussed key market and policy drivers that are changing the industry landscape.
You know, we always talk about wind being a mature technology, and it is. But what we mean is it's cost-effective, it's reliable, it's available now as an electric generating option. But what we don't mean is that technology development has plateaued. So there's a lot more that we can do here. Tall towers is a great example of that.
You can get even more details from today's opening session by picking up the show daily in locations around the convention center. After the general session, attendees hit the exhibit floor. The show floor is hosting 400 exhibitors. You'll see everything here from ideas that move the wind energy industry forward to the technology that's helping professionals rise to the top.
What's really good is that you get really easy in contact, so all people are interested in the topic I'm talking about. So it's really good that you have all the companies here right now. And well, it's a good day today, and maybe we're looking forward to the 2 next days.
It's a good opportunity since people do a lot of releases of new technology here to make sure we're fully up to speed and have an opportunity to meet with people, sit down with them and understand what they're up to, what's coming next too.
It's been a great event just to network with people, find extra sources for grant funding like the Department of Energy or extra, other products that we can incorporate into our technology, and so it's been a good experience.
Outside the exhibit hall, WINDPOWER offered new knowledge during a packed schedule of education sessions. An interactive session about U.S. wind energy market forecasts was backed by popular demand, and it was standing room only. Top market forecasters debated their view of future growth, providing insight into regional drivers and timing. AWEA's Senior Director of Research, Michael Goggin, gave us insight into why this session resonates so well with attendees.
We deal with a lot of the uncertainty in the near term and also in the long term, that's affecting the industry. I think everybody's kind of, there's some anxiety, but I think there's also, we heard a lot of, solutions and reasons to be optimistic in the long term.
Another hot topic is trends that are shaping the future of operations and maintenance. O&M practitioners heard about new technology, lessons learned from other industries, and capabilities they should start developing now.
I want people to recognize that technology has a very serious role to play in O&M, both in terms of reduction of cost, but also improvement of production.
State regulators gathered at WINDPOWER 2015 for a luncheon Tuesday. AWEA's Vice President of State Policy, Susan Williams-Sloan, explained why their presence here is so important.
We have, over the last 7 or 8 years, been inviting state regulators to come to WINDPOWER to meet the industry, to walk the show floor, and to have a discussion about what are the big issues that they are challenged with what are the things that they need to know more of from the industry, and just have an open dialogue.
A big crowd gathered to hear the debate over the next frontier for wind. Leading developers made their cases in 4 markets: offshore wind, low wind, transmission constrained, and repower retrofit. After the presentations, attendees got to decide who they thought made the best case.
I thought it was pretty interesting. I mean, they all had a pretty compelling argument for their own space that they were researching in or involved in for their work. Overall, just, very strong.
It was positive. It was not combative. I think the folks recognized that there has to be collaboration between all the environments. I don't know if there was a clear winner. It was a horse race down to the end. I thought the winner was offshore.
Finally, politics took center stage in a discussion about how the newly elected Congress and the upcoming presidential campaign season will affect policies for wind power now and in years to come.
What we're doing is making sure that Republicans and Democrats understand wind is about jobs, wind is about reliability, and wind is about value to the customers. Another thing that's important for us is making sure that AWEA and our companies understand members of Congress want to hear from them. And that's something that we can help them do. So I hope that people use AWEA to build their voice with Capitol Hill.
It has been an exciting day here at WindPower 2015, jam-packed with inspirational messages from some of the industry's biggest names. There is plenty more to come this week, and we'll be here to bring you all the highlights. For now, I'm Ed Highland, WindPower TV. Thanks for watching.